Japanese financial giant has begun running their XRP Ledger validator. Yes, the bullish momentum just continues for Ripple. 1-2 Mayweather, 3-4 McGregor. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Links to everything's always in the description. Let's start off with Vet XRP Cafe co-founder saying SBI just started to run their XRP Ledger validator. A huge step on having large enterprises running infrastructure for the XRP Ledger. Welcome. You can see the validator summary here, the domain URL. Fantastic. Great article also by U.Today. The financial giant in Japan starts running their XRP Ledger validator. Let's focus in on this, that Ripple initially partnered with SBI back 7 years ago. So just because we don't see something immediately doesn't necessarily mean that we won't. We have to be mindful of what happens behind the scenes, the lagging indicators. So I'm very happy to see this come out and see that, in other places of the world, not just in the US, that adoption and efforts are being done to flourish this ecosystem. It has also offered a year-end benefits for shareholders in the XRP cryptocurrency. In 2023, SBI Remit, a subsidiary of SBI Holdings, expanded its XRP-powered services to several countries, including Vietnam and the Philippines. And as we know, guys, with Hashkey, I believe also Japan, and we saw that Hashkey and the subsidiaries and the parent companies filed for Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. You see how this all is coming together. You see how when I speak about omni-chain interconnectedness, this is proven factual when we have the DREC Alliance. Do check out that video. Fantastic partnership, that alliance. I think it's going to be super fruitful, and it shows us that if you want to go far, you go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has repeatedly touted Japan as one of the most cryptocurrency-friendly jurisdictions. In 2020, he even suggested that Ripple's headquarters could be relocated to Tokyo before the SEC took the company to court. In April, Ripple expanded its presence in Japan by announcing a tie-up with Tokyo-based Hashkey DX. Yep, so that's great. We see there. The aim of the collaboration is to use the XRP Ledger for developing enterprise solutions for customers in Japan. Again, keyword enterprise, enterprise, enterprise. That has been their focus. They've been compliance first from the get-go. It wasn't compliance first after SEC. Guys, I've had conversations with like Bob Way, Ripple's 10th employee. He was telling me they were already doing bank and doing the right things from the beginning. So that's why I have confidence with XRP. I think it's going to be a late bloomer. It's going to surprise a lot of people. But if you miss out on the train, too bad, so sad. If you're gonna paper hands Jeet, then great. Give me some more XRP. Don't mind if I do. This was coming from another post here. SBI VC Trade, SBI Holdings crypto exchange, just announced the launch of their validator on XRPL. In their announcement, they say they intend to reflect the voice of XRP holders, their customers, through this validator. Great to see diverse approaches to running validators on XRPL. I agree 100%. Let's take this to what's going on with like updates, right? With community stuff, incentives, grants. So grants are nothing new for Ripple. They've been doing this back since like the previous bull run. But the key to take away is that Ripple says additional updates to these programs are coming to bring more clarity and transparency around the funding criteria, ensuring that applicants know what to anticipate during the process and who to contact with questions. This is great because in my own anecdote, when I was doing work for Expector for like graphics and making graphics for them, call to action graphics, all that jazz, social graphics, I know that they were also applying and they were so cheesed of like, what do we do? What's not working? A lot of answers that they didn't get. And when Ripple would send people to speak in a spaces, even they didn't know. So there was a lot of unknown unknowns, and it's great to put light on this so that builders know what's the process like. What are some reasonable expectations? Is my project just ass? Is the project, is an issue with this? Is it an issue with that? And how to kind of move things forward, solution oriented. So I really like this. It looks like Ripple really wants to dial in the incentives and really showcase the prowess of like more clarity. I think that this is really good. It's really going to enhance things like the grants and the accelerator and the hackathon and all that stuff. Maybe events even, like the events. So let's take a look finally, a little change in events with the SEC stuff. Meta Lawman today, he was doing a live stream, but he put out some good tweets. Update on Ripple damages. Meta Lawman, if you don't know, quite notorious It's like an pro XRP lawyer, like a blockchain lawyer. I am a lawyer, not your lawyer. I like that. So take this with a grain of salt, guys. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt, right? None of my videos are financial advice. None of my videos are legal advice. The SEC's reply brief does not add anything meaningful to the argument about no victims, no disgorgement. The SEC relies on one district court case, SEC versus iFresh, that held the harm requirement is satisfied when a stock price is artificially inflated. The SEC reasons that any institutional buyer who receives less of a discount on the XRP than others effectively paid an inflated price. Hence, this word I don't even want to say because it's too hard to pronounce. Pecuniary? Pecuniary. I'll probably assume it's spelled pecuniary. In my view, the iFresh decision is a misreading of the Second Circuit holding in Govell on disgorgement. And interestingly, the judge who wrote the iFresh decision designated not for electronic or print publication. So, guys, I think SEC is going to go out on a whimper. I think Gary, we saw how Trump was trolling Gary. Also, he's like, yo, Gary hates crypto. So, not like the former president says that that guy hates crypto. CFTC is having issues with him. Ripple has issues with him. The public don't like him. His days are numbered, guys. Yeah, he's got to play in that retirement. While no longer the rule today, when I was a young lawyer, it was improper to cite a decision with a quote-unquote not for publication designation. It is the weakest possible authority for anything. Is it possible that Judge Torres goes with the iFresh reasoning and finds that the institutional investors in Ripple suffered this harm? Yes, it's possible. Not likely. I like that. He's going with probable, not possible. I like that. Chad. Finally, another big bank caught money laundering. This time is TD. Terrible. You know, y'all can read that. Doing a little bit of that siesta on the streets. A little bit of that Minecraft zombie on the streets. The vehicle for the money laundering, dollars. But of course, Warren is not going to talk about that, right? It's always about crypto. But guys, you got to read between the lines like 50 Cent said. Shout out 50 Cent. When we're reading between the lines, Warren knows crypto's inevitable. What's going on is that it's trying to create as much fear as possible post-halving. More fear, more fear, more fear, more fear. Dump, 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 dump. More fear, more fear, more fear. They know what they're doing, guys. They know. Because it's not an issue of the medium. Because if it was an issue of the medium, then gold is bad because pirates used it. You know what I'm saying? Is it possible the anti-crypto army was formed not to combat illicit financial activity, but to protect the incumbent big banks from disruptive competition? Yeah, like if we go back to the OG of what we were, where we were, what we've become. Yeah, it's funny how this is never a topic of conversation, right? So they will always bend and twist it. Don't get lost in the sauce. Zoom out like Meta Lawman. Zoom out like the Angry Crypto Fam. And look at that narrative zoomed out. And go with trajectories. Don't get caught up in 24-hour trade windows or this negative news or that negative news. There's going to be so much negative news. Stay in your abundance, fam. Stay in that, that RP phase. You know what I'm saying? Know that life is beautiful. And you got to look at what you do have, not what you don't have. If you look at what you don't have, it's going to be a negative feedback loop. Oh, I could have bought Bitcoin. I could have bought this. I could have bought that. I could have bought that. I mean, heck, in my next video, it's going to talk about how David Schwartz sold 40,000 ETH for like $1 each, I think. So imagine that regret. So guys, the only regret in life is the risks we don't take. And we got to accumulate to, accumulate to speculate, accumulate, something like that. Nonetheless, I'm confident XRP is going to do a smash this bull run. And actually, my confidence has been being built. Like what they're showing on how they roll, their presentation, their commitment with the community, Japanese, like all the different stuff, compliance first. Like I'm actually more confident on Ripple now than I've ever been. And I've seen all of the different angles, how this, that. I've seen all the different angles. So let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Are you guys bullish? Are you bearish? What other things are you excited about with XRP? I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.